I would like to ask you to join with me to make today teaching is enjoyable, educational, and prosperous experience to you and as well as me. So today is a traffic engineering. Traffic engineering, is very, very important because everybody today, I also came late today because of the traffic congestion and traffic delay and accident. I cannot cover all the aspect of the accidents and the traffic delay in this presentation, but I can cover something is very interesting and important as well. As you know, the brain is a pattern recognizer. You can recognize it. We don't always see what we think we see, because look at this one. The picture is showing like it's a skull, but the woman is sitting in front of the mirror as well. So we can see that the thing that is illusion. Also, we don't see exactly what we think we see all the time. So seeing is believing no longer is a correct, because no longer we don't see exactly what we see. Today, today we are going to talk about a little bit about how to avoid the delay in the intersection and traffic signals, and also how to avoid accident in a non-illuminated highway. We can do that. So we will see how we can do that. What is this? It's actually a traffic signal head, right? So it's a traffic control signal, and also traffic signal, you can call it, or signal. What is not? It's not a stop light, it's not a traffic light, it is not a light. So what is this again? Like it's a display. You can see the display, or you can say it is an indication, or you can say aspect or the color. What is not is a phase, because a phase is a sequence of movement of the traffic in an intersection. You can say a sequence of the movement display which is governed by one or more simultaneous movement at an intersection. So sometimes you can move northbound and southbound traffic, or eastbound and westbound traffic same time, or you can make simultaneous left turn movement, or you can make straight through and right. These are the things that's called phase in an intersection. You can see this is a traffic signal head. You know what size it is? It's typically is a 200 millimeter, but now we have 300 millimeter available. And also, what is the color of this head? Anybody know what is the color? Is it? It's supposed to be green, but actually it is blue. Because the reason for it, because we use traditionally the incandescent lamp, light source, which is a little bit yellow color. Yellow will mix with the blue color, producing a green color. So we don't recognize it. We think that this is what one of the things is a perception. We don't see always what we think we see. It's a perception. So that's the important thing. And the other thing is, where and when was the world first traffic signal was installed? Anybody know? It's in England in 1868. Actually, in George and Creek Street, where that England is in 1868. Anybody know in Canada where and when the first traffic signal was installed? It's in Hamilton, in Kingston and James Street at 1925 in July. And then how about Toronto? In Toronto is installed in same year in August 1925 at Young and Bloor. And then, as you know, so how many signals in Toronto right now? 2,200. It's a 2,200 signals in Toronto. So which is causing, so what is the longest street in the world?
Yonge Street.
Exactly. So it's interesting to see these kind of things there, because try to see how the traffic signal intersection is, history of it, and how it's worked. And then anybody know where does the QEW get the name from, and what year did it open? Anybody know? Yeah, it's a queen. Actually, Queen Mom, right? Actually in 1939. As you know, in a signal intersection, in a traffic signal intersection, we had to have very simplicity and then minimize number of phases and minimize cycle length. What I mean by that is you don't want to give too many complicated pedestrian signal and HOV lane. They don't have a normally HOV lane intersection, and then also bicycle thing. It's better to have a two phasing, changing from one to the other, east-west or north-south. Then it's faster and also shorter time duration, which is creating faster. As soon as you introduce a pedestrian, you had to let the pedestrian to walk right across the street, so you had to give a more time for the green, which is unnecessary delay. Sometimes you may experiencing when you go to the intersection, you stop there in the red signal, there's no traffic on the main street, but that is unnecessary stop. Sometimes you're going the main street, but you stop there at the red signal, but there's no traffic on a cross street. but you're just waiting there to change the signal. That is also unnecessary delay. Sometimes you wait there for left turn signal, and waiting for to make left turn, you never get a left turn signal. These are the delay have a current system. Current system of traffic signal has this kind of delay. But if there is a system is available, you can avoid this current system. As you know, this is a 60-second time cycle. Traffic coming from one side and then going, the 30-second split, no problem. This is a typical coordination of traffic because you always get a green signal. As soon as you introduce the Walmart or Canadian Tire, you create a new intersection in between. Now the signal changing, splitting, it's a 15-second time. And if you don't have a proper coordination, traffic doesn't move. It had to stop there. So this kind of thing can be avoided by the new technology and new design. So typically we have how the controller know where is the traffic is there, or pedestrian push button is established, which is controller know. Only way know is a loop detector is buried in the ground, or you can use infrared, ultrasonic, or microwave radar, or radio video detection, which is is in the intersection. Typically you can see that this is where the loop detector buried in the ground. It's a presence loop. This one is a passage loop. And then also, you can see the loop detector here. This is a little bit trick you can play if you want to cheat the system. If you want to go quickly left turn signal, don't go closer to the stop bar. You stay behind a little bit and then signal change quickly. Because the purpose of having the designer, because they wanted to change the signal only after more than two vehicles come. Because the detector is back there. It's not there. You can see the loop detector here. It's not there. So one vehicle stopped there, they're never going to turn signal. So the second vehicle comes in. So when you approach the intersection, you slow down and few seconds and then move, is rapidly change the signal. So this is cheating a little bit system. Current system is analog control system. Analog control system, which is not good enough to handling so many things. They have a proper routine going from one to the other, You have to follow proper cycle. But if you have digital, you can jump from one phase to the other. And the other thing is, current system doesn't have how many vehicles present in each leg of the roadway. So what is any number of vehicles present, they only the interrupt, go into the controller and tell that somebody there, somebody there, somebody there. It doesn't tell you how many vehicles. Doesn't matter video camera, infrared, or loop, anything like that. But there are new system available, but I don't know City of Toronto is going to adapt to this one because of the economic situation, political, and so many other things. But what happened in the new system, it will count number of vehicles in each signal, each leg of the roadway, and it will come out with the demand based on the demand of the traffic, it will let the green signal to go. By that nature, you can avoid the delay. So this is one of the things. Anybody know that is the maximum speed in the Ontario roadway in 1903 is a 24 km/h. Oh my God. So in Canada, New Brunswick, and Alberta, you can see the highest speed is the highways, which is 110. Do you think that it's a good idea to raise speed limit in 400 cities highways in Ontario? Do you think that is easy? It's good to increase it? No, because it's a question, good question. A person who has a 3-second of perception reaction time, driving in a car 120 km/h on a highway at 401 and near Cambridge, hit a deer around at 10 o'clock p.m. The driver didn't get the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. This car's headlight is seeing distance about 100 meters. If you assume the driver's physical condition is normal, no alcohol, no fatigue, and then just before the accident, answer the following questions. What was the cause of the accident? When the driver applied the brake? As a lighting designer, what will you do? And any of the new technological development. These are the questions because the perception reaction time is a human nature and slightly varies from person to person. Driver is a good physical condition, no fatigue or alcohol, anything involved, but if the accident happened, he's pronounced dead. But he was traveling in 120 km/h at night time close to Cambridge because there is no lighting on the highway 401. It's dark, completely dark. So what will happen is the cause of the accident, one of them is the speed, because if you look at the speed, the perception reaction time of the human being, because the speed he went, the amount of speed he went, and then he hit the deer, and after he stopped the car. So he cannot stop the vehicle because the speed of the vehicle and the time and everything. So he hit the deer after and after he stopped the car. So what is the lighting design? As a lighting design is concerned, that what will you do is increase the illumination and the computer vision. I'm almost